into today, because it's changed, hasn't it? Bayern and Arsenal now at the top. So that game really moved the needle for you yesterday, Troy.
Yeah, I think so. I think Liverpool being in there has shown that obviously they've won the competition many times before, but they've shown that they can raise their level to compete with anybody on their day. I thought for PSG, the injuries are the reason I've dropped them. And again, Bayern Munich and Arsenal have been fantastic. So it's really, each week it can change between those guys, but you know, the next time they're playing the next round of games, it's Bayern versus Arsenal. So that might change.
That's the one, because I know Arsenal fans might think, oh, how do you not have us ahead of Bayern? But when you look at Bayern Munich, they've had tough tests. They've had playing Chelsea, the World Club champions, and they beat them. Now they've played PSG and they've beaten them. For me, when I look at Arsenal, they're having a great run so far, but the biggest test they face is Atletico Madrid, and they got that result. Their real big test now is going to be against Bayern Munich. And I hate when people don't start to believe now, think, just because you finish in 1 and 2 or 3 spots guarantees you're going to win this Champions League.
Absolutely.
It's about picking up momentum at the right time. This tournament, there's no guarantee just because you win the group that you're going to win this whole competition. We're going to see that. But right now, it's just current form and the discussions that we have about best clubs in the world and what they're doing and what's so special between these clubs and separates themselves. The real test for Arsenal is going to be this Bayern Munich game. For me, there's a group of 3: Bayern, Arsenal, and PSG. You want to throw them around and mix them up however you want. That group there is the 3 favorites for me, and they're a level above. And then there's Liverpool, Real Madrid, Man City's. Those are the teams that obviously have the tools to win. Barcelona, of course. Those are the teams that have the tool to win. All those teams actually susceptible on counterattacks, not as balanced as the top 3 that we mentioned in Bayern, Arsenal, and PSG. So there's a group of 3, and then there's like a group of 4 or 5 right behind them. I think that's the way I more see it. It's impossible to know 1 through 5 exactly what they're splitting hairs.
You saw there in that table, Bayern and Arsenal now the top 2 in this Champions League phase. Where they will play each other next match day 5.
It's funny because Micah said something now. He said Bayern always score. And then you have a team that didn't or doesn't concede. So let's see what's going to happen next time.
Is that Bayern or Arsenal? Can we go?
Is that Arsenal?
Oh, I'll see you there.
Mame.
Yeah, incredible achievement. I mean, to come on into such a big game, a big competition, you know, as the Champions League, you see there 15 and 308 days, incredible. But yeah, an unbelievable talent, and you know, coming in and even being able to come into an Arsenal team that is stacked with competition to get himself on the pitch, and you know, is able to express himself. The talent's unquestionable. It's just how you keep giving him those minutes to keep building and growing as a youngster with the amount of competition that's in the team.
Well, I mean, what happens to his geography GCSE when they make the final next year? What does he do?
Well, he's a very studious boy, so I think he won't have any problem to go back to school. But it's true that Cody said you walk in at school tomorrow morning. Pretty special, and they won't come back too late tonight because obviously the game was the early kickoff, so he should be home around 1 a.m. So not too late.
Are you saying he should be in school in the morning?
No, I'm just saying.
Of course he should. Of course he should be in school, Joe.
But incredible talent.
Give him a day off. Let him have a
you said he's going to walk in like Conor McGregor tomorrow.
Times are different.
Maybe he can go at lunchtime.
Yeah, let him go in at lunchtime. Do his feet. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Fantastic.
Let the lad have a lie in. Is that what you're suggesting?
Let him have a lie in. Got to recover.
I mean, still far out beating.
Champions League player, while Mikel Merino once again filled in as a makeshift striker with 2 goals. Arsenal were awarded a penalty just after the half-hour mark for a handball against Lucas Provod.
There's some big lads here in this Slavian team. I think he's going to give it. And it's a penalty.
Up stepped Bukayo Saka, and he put Arsenal in front with his 6th goal of the season.
Arsenal hit the front.
Less than a minute into the second half, Arsenal had a second. Leandro Trossard's cross turned in by Merino. And it wasn't long before Merino scored his second to put Arsenal 3-0 up. It's a moment to forget, though, for Slavia Prague's goalkeeper, Jakub Markovic, getting beaten to the ball. But then came a moment to remember for Arsenal and the 15-year-old Max Daumann. He became the youngest player ever to play in the Champions League. Slavia Prague were then awarded a penalty when Ben White was judged to have fouled Provod, but the referee was sent to review his decision and it was overturned.
That it's not going to be a penalty, And that is the case. No penalty. 10 for Arsenal.
So it finished 3-0. Arsenal match a club record for 8 consecutive clean sheets and now have 10 wins in a row in all competitions. Right, let's get live back to Prague where we can get some reaction with our reporter Sam Blitz, who joins us again. Hello, Sam. History made then by Max Daumann. What did Arteta have to say about it?
Yeah, morning, Matt. What a week it's been for Max Daumann, by the way. He became Arsenal's youngest ever starter last week against Brighton in the Carabao Cup, and now he's the youngest ever Champions League player for any team, 15 years and 308 days. It's no age at all. A special night for Arsenal's academy as well. 17-year-old striker Andre Harriman-Anus also made his Champions League debut. And if you put those two players combined, they have a combined age of 32. That is 1 year older than one Christian Norgard. So that goes to show how young these players are. I was in the stadium last night when Daumann came on watching from the press box. His first touch, he won a free kick, and that is Max Daumann all over, even at the age of 15. And in his press conference after the game, Mikel Arteta actually touched upon that moment and also discussed how much Daumann has deserved his opportunities of late. Here's what he had to say.
What he's done on the pitch, that he comes in, the first ball he takes people on, starts to dribble, gets a foul. That's personality, that's courage, and that you cannot teach that. You have it or you don't, and it doesn't matter what his past process. You throw him in this context, and he's ready to adapt and have a good performance. So really happy with that.
Sam, that wasn't the only record broken there, was it? Because a 122-year record also fell. Tell us about that.
Yeah, 1903 was the last time Arsenal managed 8 clean sheets in a row across all competitions. It's an absolutely phenomenal record, and you can see the defensive mindset from this Arsenal team in the game last night, even at 3-0 up and on course to get 10 wins in a row across all competitions. The first time that's happened under Mikel Arteta, by the way. You could just see that resolute defence. Bukayo Saka sprinting the entire length of the pitch to stop a Slavia Prague counter-attack. You've also got William Saliba and Gabriel just putting their bodies on the line, even at 3-0 up. It's so resolute from Arsenal at the moment. Now, another record they broke last night. They became the first English team to record 4 wins in the Champions League without conceding. The last English team to do that in Europe was Leeds United in the 1969 European Cup season. Now, that season, Leeds finished in 2nd place in the top flight and reached the European Cup semi-finals before being knocked out. That won't do again for Arsenal this season, given their recent trophy drought. And Mikel Arteta actually spoke after the game in his press conference about how these defensive records actually have to stand for something at the end of the season in terms of trophy wins. Here's what he said on that.
Well, that's a long time ago, so it tells you about the difficulty of achieving it. There is a lot of work there, obviously, to achieve that. And the most pleasing thing probably is not the records, is the mindset of the players. They are talking there about how we can still do better, that we still 1 or 2 situations that we could have resolved better. So if we do that, we can be improving, and that record will have a bigger meaning.
Yeah, next up in the Champions League for Arsenal is Bayern Munich, and what a game that's going to be. The only 2 teams with 4 wins out of 4 so far. And Harry Kane returns to the Emirates as probably the best player in the world right now. That's a bit up for debate with Erling Haaland, isn't it? But that would be a big test for Arsenal's defence. But immediately for Arsenal coming up, it's Sunderland away, first against 4th, and then the day later, Man City play Liverpool at the Etihad. A huge weekend in the Premier League, and with Tottenham, Bayern Munich and Chelsea to come after the November international break, it feels like we're reaching crunch time in terms of Arsenal's Premier League and Champions League campaigns.
Liverpool is an interesting example. But when Wirtz had the choice between going to Bayern Munich or to Liverpool, he said to Liverpool, I come to you if I play number 10. I do not want to play wide. Liverpool, to get him, they say, okay. So they start him, they destroyed their midfield, because their midfield was Gravenberch, McAllister, and Szoboszlai. To play Wirtz, they took play Wirtz, they took Szoboszlai out, you know. And what have they done against Aston Villa? They come back to their normal midfield of last year. And tonight, they play Wirtz. But I'm sure that Wirtz will play on the side. Because the manager has said, if you want to play again, you have to play wide, because I do not want to disturb the midfield, you know. So that will be interesting to see tonight. Wirtz is back in the team, but certainly will have to play left where he played when he was at Leverkusen.